right, and we back with another episode of Hey, I'm Just Asking. And today we want to talk about Troy Ave versus Maino, the chain reaction. So I'm roaming the YouTube streets, man, and I come across Troy Ave and Maino. Now, I just talked about last week Troy Ave with the tax tone situation, the court case, where tax tone, he was charged guilty for manslaughter. Now, I was just going to say, message to Troy Ave, bow out gracefully. I meant to say that on the last blog, but I actually had changed my mind because I saw him doing his podcast thing. So I'm like, oh, okay. That's another lane for him. That's a smooth little transition, right? Only to see him use his podcast to start set tripping. I'm like, wow. And I say that to say this. You know, I was watching the breaking news on Troy Ave because he has a colorful career as far as the rap game goes, right? But it's mostly for street stuff. And I'm like, wow, man. You got shot in a situation where your friend died, only to turn back around. And man, I think this was Christmas Eve or Christmas Day. Man, they tried to light his fire. And I don't know how many times he got shot. But he was in one of his pretty whips. I think it was a Lambo. Don't quote me. But it was one of them nice foreigns. And man, they Swiss cheesed him up. Only for him to drive himself to the hospital and survive. So man, his story, he has an intriguing story. So, somewhere out of left field, I guess, here comes Maino. Now, Maino, I always like Maino, because Maino, to me, Maino bullies the bullies. Or if it's somebody out there pump faking, like they really a gangster or a thug, or they all tough Tony, oh, Maino is definitely going to check you. He has a history of checking people on his come up to his successful rap career. Where it was successful back then, but I'll say Maino's still relevant now with the music. But man, so I'm like, man, Maino's speaking on him. Oh, this is gonna be deep. So hey, Maino drop him a blog, right? So in the blog, he's pretty much talking about how he didn't like Troy Ave painting a narrative of Tax Tone being the aggressor when it was Troy Ave's crew that was actually the aggressors. Allegedly. Like, it's two sides to this story. One side is saying Tax Tone was the aggressor. Other side is saying Troy Ave was the aggressor. I'm like, if Troy Ave was the aggressor, it was a one-on-one. Why he just didn't fight him one-on-one? The aggression comes when a gun gets involved. In the club. So, I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about that one. I'm just asking on that one, like, who do you think was the aggressor? But anyway, so it goes from there. And Maino say, man, I knew I was going to have to check you one day. So he kept a trump card, which was Troy Ave's chain with the Jesus piece, right? So I'm like, wow, that is Troy Ave's chain. But the thing that's so crazy and ironic about the situation is how he got the chain. So Maino claims he got the chain in Irving Plaza with the skirmish. Troy Ave's chain dropped. Maino scooped it up. So now Maino has the chain. So you mean to tell me this was at least 6 to 7 years ago almost, and you held that fake chain that long as a trump card? Hey man, you're a different type of petty, man. But I love it. Petty gang. So anyway, he shows us the chain, and the chain is fake. He called it Fugaga. Like, I never heard that one before. He was like, man, this joint is Fugaga. Aluminum. He like, this go, you put that in the microwave, you cover that chain with food in the oven or something, right? So, man, I was like, oh, man, Troy Ave, I don't know how you gonna get around this one. This man has your chain, and we seen you wear that chain a lot. This man has your chain, and he's saying the whole time you've been pump faking and stunting. This chain is fake. So I'll tell you one thing about this internet. Anything you put on this internet can and will be used against you in the court of law. YouTube street law, right? The internet is undefeated. So why the internet, the YouTube street detectives got to work. And man, why did they find Maino wearing Troy Ave's chain in a video? Wow. Ow. Are you kidding me? This is unbelievable. Maino, you slip like that, homie? Like, you talk all that about that man's chain being fake, only to have worn his chain in a video? Man, say it ain't so, man. So now this is tarnishing your legacy. So, of course, you know Maino had to come back and defend himself, right? Like, nah, man, that's not the same chain. If you go back on the date of the video, it was Mother's Day. Because I guess the name of the video is Mama Loves Me, if y'all want to go check that out, where he has Troy Ave chain on. But I'll tell the internet, the YouTube street detectives, I went back and watched that, and I'll say this, if it makes it any better for Maino. Now, the chain, the actual chain, the Cuban link, was not the same Cuban link that he had in the video in Troy Ave's chain. There's a difference. But the charm, the Jesus piece is the actual Jesus piece is definitely the same bang. And I say that because with Troy Ave's chain, the Jesus piece had like ice in the medallion, but also ice in the connecting part. So it was too much of a coincidence that that piece looked so similar. At least I'm just talking about the medallion. But the evidence that Maino showed was actually Troy Ave's chain. But in the video, you only wore the medallion. So I'm not going to let you get off that easy. Because you went to jury shaming only to have actually wore his piece. Wow. Ow. Like, man, this is getting crazy. I'm going to start watching this situation. But message to Maino. Man, it's best that you leave this alone. I don't even know why you confronted this situation. Like, why did you have so much to say about Troy Ave when we didn't think, or we didn't have no knowledge of there even being a problem between y'all two? I would say, man, you need to leave this situation alone. Bow out gracefully. But in your case, You're just being the bigger man. Troy Ave, I'm saying for you to bow out gracefully only because, man, it will be best for your safety that you bow out gracefully. It's a whole different, obviously, man, you got people out there that really want to do something to you. But I say, peace to both of these brothers, man. Everything is not for YouTube. But I see, man, there is so much clout chasing out there these days, man, that it makes for good content. I don't know, man. Y'all tell me what y'all think about this situation. Troy Ave versus Maino. The chain reaction. Man, I think both of y'all should bow out gracefully. Man, like this video, share this video, comment, and subscribe. Hey, I'm just asking.